I've been trying to film this and I've just been like stumbling over my words, so I'm sorry if it's a little incoherent or whatever. But today I wanted to talk about this sort of habit that we can get into of chasing after different emotions. And there's two main reasons I think that this sort of chasing after emotions is a bad thing. And the first reason is because emotions are fleeting. Emotions do not last forever. Whether that's a good emotion or a bad emotion, it's impossible for them to last forever. So there's no real point in chasing after these emotions because, once you've got it in your hands, it's like water or sand. It just seeps through your fingers. And another thing is, I think that we tend to romanticize a lot of things in our lives, whether that be good things or bad things. We picture them in ways that they aren't actually true. And so whenever people are thinking of their future life, that they're going to be happy, they're going to have all these things, the way we think of it is often not what it actually is. And it's very hard to realize. And if you don't know what you're chasing, then obviously you're never going to find it because you don't know what you actually want or need. And I wrote about this yesterday in my journal. I was writing a bunch of thoughts and stuff. And so I want to read sort of part of this paragraph that I wrote about this because I think it kind of sums up what I'm trying to say. Can you really want something if you don't know what it is? People forget happiness isn't all it's cracked up to be. Is happiness worth chasing? And when you aren't feeling what you thought something should feel like, you think you haven't felt it because it wasn't what you expected, so you keep chasing something and you never stop till you're forced to. I don't know if that really made sense, but basically what I was trying to say is that, if you are chasing something and you don't know what it really is or what it really feels like, you may have already got it. You may have already won the prize, but you don't know it because you're thinking it should be something else. The grass is always greener on the other side. And so we get trapped in this endless cycle of chasing after these things that we don't really know what they are, and we think that we need this thing specifically, but we don't actually. And we're wanting to be happy and all this stuff when really we should be trying to chase contentment, which isn't really chasing contentment. It's learning to be completely whole and satisfied with yourself, just yourself, and that's it. And it really goes back to sort of, how do you define things? When you think of happiness, do you think of it as something that is, you're going to feel euphoric all the time? You're going to feel this overwhelming just glow all the time. If you think that's what it means to be happy, to have a happy life, then I don't think that's possible. I don't want to break it to you that way, but I don't think that that's going to happen because life is a bumpy road and bad things happen, good things happen. But learning to be content is the one thing that is important. It's so easy to be distracted by things and think that once you have this thing or once you feel this thing, then you're going to live a happy life. I mean, what does that even mean? What does it even mean to have a happy life? It's all subjective. It really is. And I think learning to be content with just yourself and not relying on outward things is where true happiness springs from. And your happiness, your contentment, all of these things is going to be unique to you. The way someone else experiences life, or if they are living their happy life, it may feel different or it may look different than your happy life. I think it's so interesting to me how people can describe something, they can describe feelings and all of these things, but you never truly know until you've experienced it.